Hello everyone, and welcome back to a more serious version of your favorite political show. I'm your host, Jack Kessler.
And I'm Thomas Kohler. Let's get to it. A Parisian history teacher was beheaded this week in what President Emmanuel Macron himself characterized as an Islamic terrorist attack. The victim, 47-year-old Samuel Paty, reportedly showed caricatures of the Prophet Muhammad during a discussion about free speech in a civics class, an act which caused outrage amongst the Parisian Muslim community, who accused Paty of attacking their faith and the Prophet's dignity.
The suspect, 18-year-old Chechen immigrant Abdullah Abiyazidovich, posted a grisly image of Paty's severed head on social media, admitting that he killed Paty and stating, quote, "I have executed one of the dogs from hell who dared to put Muhammad down," unquote. Abiyazidovich was gunned down last Friday by French police when he refused to disarm and place himself under arrest. Later investigations revealed that what the police thought was a firearm was simply an airsoft gun.
The killing comes at a tumultuous time in Franco-Islamic relations as the Macron government works on a bill to address Islamic radicals, who authorities claim are creating a parallel society outside the values of the French Republic. It also coincides with the ongoing trial over the 2015 Charlie Hebdo attack, in which the offices of the famed French political satirical publication were assaulted by Islamic radicals, resulting in 12 deaths.
Crowds have gathered across France in remembrance of Paty and his work, with attendees holding signs with the slogans "Je suis Samuel" and "Je suis prof" to mark the teacher's work. Others have called for the Macron government to take further action against what they see as the Islamization of France and the symbolic beheading of the nation by Muslim radicals. French authorities have since taken extreme steps, taking dozens of suspected Islamists into custody and arresting members of the killer's own family. Islamists would not be allowed to sleep quietly in France, Mr. Macron said in a cabinet meeting last Sunday.
In recent news, there is a lot of controversy surrounding yet another of Donald Trump's closest associates. Big shocker, said no one 4 years into this administration. The associate in question is Trump's personal attorney, former mayor of New York City, and every Martin Scorsese gangster film character rolled into one, Rudy Giuliani. According to several different U.S. intelligence agencies, Giuliani was the target of a Russian intelligence influence operation while he was in Ukraine trying to find information concerning former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter. While that already seems like enough of a scummy thing to be doing in the first place, several U.S. intelligence officials stated that Giuliani was in contact with Russian agents who were attempting to feed misinformation and propaganda to the president in order to manipulate the 2020 election.
Technically, this is old news, going back to the good old days of impeachment in 2019. My, how the time does fly. However, it was recently revealed by several former intelligence agents that Trump himself was warned about the Russian contamination of Giuliani and any information he gave him all the way back in December of 2019. Yet Trump still continues to associate with Giuliani and seeks his counsel today, ignoring the warnings of his intelligence officials.
Due to the info he gathered against Biden not being substantiated enough to be considered useful for any legitimate investigation, Giuliani did what any respectable man would do when understanding his failure, and turned the information over to the tabloids like the New York Post. That's not shady in the slightest. Maybe he is a Scorsese film character. And yet Trump still opts to take this guy's advice over the FBI. And yet he still complains about how he's lowering in the polls and can't seem to get the support or hear what he wants to hear from his intelligence officials. If hindsight is supposed to be 20/20, Trump should stop touting his cognitive test scores and consider taking an eye exam at this point.
Well, that's this week's episode of With the Facts. I'm Jack Kessler.
And I'm Thomas Kohler. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.